Now, our next guest believes that small is beautiful, certainly in the vast expanse that is the Nigerian oil and gas sector. Dr. Lai Fatona is the CEO of Niger Delta Exploration and Production. You've been operating for nearly 10 years now. And I say small is beautiful because you are a smallish company, but you've been doing some quite big things.
That's very correct. I always like to introduce Niger Delta as a small company, small in the context of when you think in terms of the big IOCs. But when you think also in the context that what the IOCs do, looking for oil, producing it, bringing it to the surface, putting it in the pipeline, and getting, doing other things with it, I think we've played very reasonably.
So just run us through your portfolio of assets and the fact that you are, I believe, one of the very few companies to have never ever had a day's interruption to production. So which must mean that you're doing something right in terms of running the company.
That's very correct. I've always asked myself, what is it that we do that in the last 9 years plus, we came into production on the 30th of October 2005. Until today, we really have not had one single day of production shutdown in the Niger Delta province. That is synonymous with chaos, disruptions, pipeline vandalism, and really we haven't had such communal or community-induced problems in this so many years, and you ask yourself why. I think we've created an environment of trust between ourselves as a company, which is not always the trademark of all companies, and the host communities in which they operate.
So what's in that for investors? Why is that important for somebody considering investing, particularly at the moment when we've got a very low oil price?
Right. I think in today's circumstance of low oil price, what you don't want to add to that is disruption. And when you have a steady stream of income, where you are doing your little business in a very sustained manner, in a way that guarantees that at least you can survive in this unknown terrain or unknown environment that is coming, because we don't really know where's oil price going. Is oil price going to stop at $70, or is it going to go deeper? Or
do you have a view about where it's going?
For me, or for us at Niger Delta, it really doesn't bother us because to a very, very unusual situation, we have diversified how we do our business. I mean, here we are as a small company. We produce oil, we process the oil, we take a little bit of the production into a mini refinery. We produce one product, which is diesel. We don't flare gas, we take our gas, we process it into higher value liquids, natural gas liquids, and we treat that gas, and we also sell the gas. So for us as a small Nigerian company, the diversity of our income stream, not just from crude oil, but from also refined oil products and gas products, gives us a little bit of stability.
And in a way, you seem to have preempted a lot of the discussions that we're hearing here at the Oil Council, people talking about the need to kickstart the Nigerian economy, to actually get sort of rather exporting that energy, converting that energy into meaningful economic growth with power and new industries. And you seem to have been doing this long before anybody realized that that's what they needed to do.
Well, for us as a company, we've always felt that Nigeria has a lot of what we call structural deficiencies. Here's a country, 160 million people, power that barely really exists. I mean, this is something we don't like to talk about publicly, but when you see such huge opportunities in front of you, you just can't help but be creative. And as a company, last 9 years, we've always lived on the threshold of creativity. I mean, we've tried to look at things that create value, enhance our value, things that we can do differently without any notice, doing it properly too. I mean, when we got a refinery license, it was like, this is not possible in Nigeria. But today we're the only non-government-owned mineral refinery, and I'm very proud. That refinery works every day of the year.
I mean, it does seem as well to be very much, I mean, the reason for your success is partly down to this feeling of collaboration. You're working in partnership with different stakeholders.
That is very, very true. And I think that's part of our culture, that's part of our value, that's part of our virtue. And I think it's done us well. And every opportunity that I have, I stand up and I preach that the attitude of collaboration, it's very prime. It's a very serious ingredient to your success path. For us, everybody's our partner, even people who are adversaries, you know. And when I say that, we take friendship out of very serious things and very casual things, and somehow it just makes your business look different.
Yeah. So if somebody's an investor is looking to think, well, actually, that sounds quite a good place to be. And at the moment, you're listed in Nigeria, but any chance of listing perhaps here in London?
Well, we are seriously looking at it. I mean, Seplat has done Nigeria a little bit of space. We believe that the logical place for us to be in is to look at a second alternative away from Nigeria, where there is deep pockets for capital.
Yeah. And what would you say to them, though, to actually entice them to come there? What's the big vision?
I will say, here's a company different from all of them. Small, very profitable, and when I say profitable, I'm talking in terms of being able to give ample rewards to shareholders. I mean, I remember people 12 years ago, we sold shares on the street. I mean, we stand in front of the office, and anybody who looked decent, I mean, we pulled them into the office and made presentations at tabletop presentations, and we made them sign forms and wrote small checks of £5, £10, and nothing glamorous. And we raised the equivalent of $6 million in Nigerian currency. And that's all the startup capital in our company. And today, we're looking at a company that has grown north of $500 million capitalization, or value, so to speak. So, to come back to your question, if I was privileged to be standing in front of investors, if you were one, I would tell you, look at us. We can take your money, protect it, multiply it, and you can actually trust us as an oil company to do the right thing all the time.
All right. Dr. Lai Fatona, I think I've just been sold to. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity.